While trying to ride off the success of the PlayStation Portable, the PlayStation Vita was announced in 2011 or 2012 depending on where you live as Sony's latest entry in the handheld console market, one that was dominated by the Nintendo DS at the time. The initial launch seemed to go well with a good outlook for future games. So how did the PS Vita fail? My name is Noah, and today on 10G Tech I'm going to take a look at why the PS Vita failed in my opinion. The PS Vita was released in 2011 for Japan and 2012 for the rest of the world, and at the end of the PS3 lifespan, just in time for the new PS4. It's set up to be the successor of the PlayStation Portable, but this didn't happen as Sony had planned, and it's mostly their fault for the console's failure. The biggest issue from Sony was the lack of games. Developers didn't have enough incentive to make quality games for the PS Vita, unlike the PlayStation Portable. There were several indie games available for the Vita, but I can count the number of AAA titles I was interested in on one hand. I'll discuss the games later, but first let's take a look at the function of the Vita. When you first power on the console, you go to the lock screen by pulling down from the corner of the screen like changing the page on a book. Once you enter your passcode, if you have set one, you are brought to the home menu of the Vita with brightly colored bubbles that store your applications. It's worth mentioning at this point that I have the second revision of the Vita, dubbed the PS Vita Slim, with the most noticeable differences being the change from the OLED panel to an LCD panel, which improved battery life, and a thinner, lighter build, hence the Slim name. Anyway, the Vita's home layout is quite pleasing to my eyes, and I enjoy navigating around it. Here is the Vita's PS4 remote play that was integrated following the release of the PS4, which works quite well, assuming a decent Wi-Fi connection. Below is also the PS3 remote play, which works the same as the PS4 but connects to your PS3 system. The physical games are cartridges much like the Nintendo DS or Switch, but are much thinner and lighter. Currently in my Vita is Farming Simulator 2018, which is surprising to see a game made for the console so far into its lifespan. The Vita also features a web browser which is clunky but works in a pinch. I'll demonstrate the Vita's power with some footage of Need for Speed Most Wanted running on the Vita. The V10 in this game sounds amazing. I attempted to sign into the PS Store, but it kept asking for a two-step verification code that I wasn't receiving, so I decided to try again later. The biggest name games on the Vita were a horrific port of Call of Duty Black Ops 2, Borderlands 2, Farming Simulator 2018, Most Wanted, and Killzone Mercenary. Most of these games were good excluding Call of Duty, and the quality of the games on the Vita wasn't a big issue. It was the lack of big-name games that would attract people to buy the console. Had there been more releases or exclusives for the Vita, I think there might have been another PlayStation Portable. Not to say that it's impossible, it's just unlikely. The weirdest Vita was a 3G plus Wi-Fi version of the Vita. You could insert a SIM card and use mobile data to use the internet-based applications, which actually seems pretty cool. The Vita lasted 8 years and was discontinued in 2019, which leaves us with only one question: should you buy a Vita in 2021? My answer is only if you're a collector or really want the Vita experience. Other than that, you're better off buying a Nintendo Switch Lite. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.